Welcome. I am Crimey Queen, and if you are joining us for the first time, it's the channel where we have fun with words and numbers. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. So, we call Mother Eve into being present with us in this presentation because now we want to do the second part of an introduction to Crimey Queen. Of course, Crimey Queen's channel on YouTube. So basically, it's to really have that as something people can really go to and get an overall essence of what the Crimey Queen's channel is about, because it is a deep subject that we are covering. We are covering numerology and spirituality, and of course, with fun. We are always hoping to have a degree of fun in that which we are doing, because I think that's what the serpent is about. Mother Eve is the serpent, by the way, in case you're new to this. And that's the serpent in the Garden of Eden. That's the serpent we were meant to be very scared of, because we have been conditioned to be very scared of the serpent. Which reminds me, I was watching a video and I saw two children in a part of India, I think it was, playing with snakes. Playing with snakes. And of course, one is like, ooh, and there's another one, youngest one, holds the snake and really holds it. And it's like he's also trying to reach the other one, and meaning he is so confident that he's got one under control, and he's trying to help the other guy, his friend or brother, whoever it is, to hold the other snake. And I'm thinking that now that was two snakes. And the other thing I was really thinking, when I get myself in looking at something that I didn't consciously intend on doing, I'm thinking, well, what's in this lesson here for me? What am I meant to be learning from this? What am I meant to be picking up from this? So we have learned about the two serpents, which is really like going up the spinal cord, having your kundalini activated. So I felt that there was a message in that. It's like controlling the serpents in a sense of that we are able to make the choice of eating right and thinking right, acting right, where we can activate, meaning we are ready to be one with the serpent and activate that rise of the kundalini. And of course, we can see how it goes up and down. It is really, I also have a video that I have done on only activate your kundalini if you want to meet with Mother Eve. I think that would explain a lot about activating your kundalini, the benefits, and of course how I went about doing this. Now, so for this presentation, I would like, as I said, to do a second part of an introduction to Crimey Queen. So while I'm doing this, I realized I was really in flow of how the bell is ringing, which I do like, I must say, whatever significance. Well, we do understand that it's 6 o'clock. So, and 6 is actually what I had been talking about, is the number of, that's the synchronicity happening right there. It's the number of man. It's the number of man. So, wow. I think I just did that on, not I think I've just done number 6 on a presentation. The presentation I've just done is on number 6, where it is also number 4. It is our north, our south, our east, and our west. And in fact, I also want to pick up from the number 6 in this presentation, from where I left off in the last presentation, or the presentation on an introduction to Crimey Queen. So it's all the synchronicities happening so beautifully here, and I really do love that. This is always what tells me I'm on the right track. I am in flow. Now as we speak of flow, this is all about Mother Eve. This is all about flow. This is all about words. Now of course the word we understand through the scripture. The word was made flesh and dwell amongst men or amongst us. Whether it was men or us, it is really saying that we are spirit, we are words, we are flow, we are the serpent, we are the snake. So the word serpent equals 7 and the word snake equals 5. Of course, Eve is 5. We have also seen how we are also 5 and we are also 7. So we have done this. Even when we have done Jesus Christ, we see that the word Jesus is 11. We see how we are 11 as well on the template right here. So we are 5. But we also see when we add 5 plus 6, it's 11. This is where we are required to get into this part, this mouth, chew on that seed, whether it is bitter, which reminds me, I need to eat my moringa seed. So and I call it the moringa seed because that's the seed that has all the it's not very pleasant, but that is what will help our body heal. It will help maintain our health. It is very good. I'm promoting moringa right now. It is very good for our immune system. Now, for our immune system to be at an optimum state, it is required that we shed ourselves of old skin, old habits, old addictions, things that don't serve us as in number 6. And number 6, let's concentrate on number 6, is that we see number 6 is where we have 3 6s here. Wow, I just got something that I don't think I had gotten before. I had not gotten it before, and I'm with Shivas. So the number of man is 6. When we are told that it's about the number of man, it's really the number of entities, if you like, that we are a product of. And we say product because it seemed like as well that with Mother Eve, she had she had 8 entrants or entries of saying, let there be. So those 8 entries we have seen correspond with 8 planets. And with the 8th planet, of course, we have the 7th planet. We know Uranus is going to be entering, and then there's of course there'll be 9, which we also count Pluto. And no, I think with Pluto becomes okay. But I have done some. Not to mix the numbers too much here, but I have done presentations on that. If you see Uranus and Taurus, I have covered that. But we are of 14 gods, and those 14 gods, of course, are in divisions of 7. So they are 2 7s, sets of 2 7s. That means within our makeup, we have the ability to consolidate each 7 and see them as 1, because when we do the numerical value for the word 7, so we do the numerical value for 7, S-E-V-E-N, it gives us, and we see in the 7 itself, like I am saying, Mother Eve is here in 7. Okay, so this is one pen that I'm going to put aside. So we are talking about 7. Mother Eve is in 7. That's the serpent. Now Here to see why Mother Eve is also the serpent that we are talking, and also 7. Let's do the numerical value for 7 for serpent. P-E-N-T. So we have, and the serpent is that which was present, because it's the same letters. It is serpent, it is present. We just move some letters around. And this is 5, 9, 7, 5, 5, 2. And the word pent also equals, it also equals 5. It is, well, it is 5, like the 5-pointed star. So if we separate S-E-R as Sir and have pent, we can do this to see the makeup of how 7, we are 7 in this sense. But let's first add these numbers up. This is where we have 3 5s in any word. Mother Eve is really making her presence really felt there. So it's like saying 3 S's, because, oh, anyway, we'll get there. So this is 15, and this is 10. Well, 9 plus 1, so that's 25, and 7 is 30, 25, 34, 34. 3 plus 4, 25, plus 7. Let's do this again. Okay. This is 5, 5, 2, 7, 9, 5, 1. Okay. So, because we'll do this, break it down. So this is 15. Sir is 15. So 1 plus 5 is 6. And pent here is 10, 17, 18, 19. So 19 is really 1. 1 plus 9 is 10. So then it's 1. So we see 1 plus 7, 1 plus 6, sorry, is 7. So we can see how this is where we are 7. We are of the serpent, Mother Eve. So there we also to see that 5, looking at 5 as well, as 5, like I have done on that came to 19, is also F-I-V-E, is 5, 4, 9, 6. So this is 15, 20, 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. So this is how the pent, meaning the 5-pointed star, which we are, because that's your north, your south, your east and west. This is the news that we are given. North, N-E-W-S. So that is the news we are given, meaning the S is the 5. So there we have that, and so 5, and then we would have, as we say, we see 5 and we see 6, and that goes into directly in our template of 5 plus 6, which is 11. And of course 11 is 2. So we are talking about seeing 7 as 2. So 2 sides, we have 2 7s, 2 sides of our brain, and each membrane, do I say membrane, or each, or side of our brain is really consists of 7 gods, 7 of those gods. As I say, that is responsible for the chatter that goes in our minds, and we have the responsibility of how we manage those. It's like like Mother Eve has passed on the legacy. Mother Eve has passed on the legacy onto us to do the letting which she had done as the letting agent, to know which God to allow to control us. So in her 8 entries here, because basically the 7 entries here that says let the, which it changes here. So all of these, let there be light, let there be a firmament, let there be waters, let there be the earth, let there be lights, and goes back to let the waters bring forth abundant creatures, and let the earth bring forth grass, fruits, whatever it is. So these 7 entries are synonymous, or are very much the presentation of the 7 gods that we have on either sides. Because letting there be, allowing to let, is that Mother Eve had created us as that, in that way. So the seed of letting, allowing, has been passed on to us as a legacy that we now, depending on how we choose to use this letting, to use this letter, or to use to be the teller. So it's like a business, like the bank, the 2 sides of the river bank. It's like saying which side you're going to be at, or how you're going to maneuver yourself on either sides, which of course of the waters which flow. The waters is also the language, the words that we speak, because we could speak like words to fill an ocean non-stop. I can. And that is what is going to be with all that when we come together in number 5 of Mother Eve. That would be what would be let us make man. That the number 8 here, which is where we eat, where Mother Eve ate of the fruit, that is like the grand finale that is going to shape us, that is going to set us up for what we are about to come or deliver in number 9. So number 8 is what is setting. That's why it is the symbol of infinity. In that which we would be setting, in number 8, when we set, so however the gods play out, or let's do it this way. So we have the 7 gods here, and however whatever gods we are putting, however the characteristics that we choose to put in there, that is what would be setting. That would set us onto what would be necessary to, or when we set this, to get into the next cycle, because that has to break down. Every cycle breaks down to get into another cycle. So while we have broken that, which is the fruit that we eat, it is really giving us an opportunity to see what we are eating, what we are chewing, what we are going to break down to bring about a new birth, a newness. So that is where we're at. We are really at the final stage of that 7. So we are number 6. We are number 6, but we were created of 14 gods. Now when we add this 14 together, that's 1 + 4 = 5. And that 5 is what brings us into the middle spectrum, where we can see we are called men. This is W-E-N, but it's also M-E-N. That is also, it's like saying you become new men. Oh my, the more I do this, is the more I see things. I have seen both words before, but of course now Mother Eve is like unraveling the flow of words for me. So this is where we become new men. I have always been saying, again, because of the teaching that I had, when you are in Christ, you are a new creature. But I had not really, and I had been flowing on the fox. So going back to where I saw about the fox, being 6 is the number of man, we have 3 6s here. And that 3 6s also reflect in the 3 section here of 1, 2, 3, and then another section 4, 5, 6, because we have those 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9 right here. And so these are the numbers that really shape us into becoming who we are meant to be. But we have to be conscious of what gods we are, or how we are marrying the gods together. So basically, we could say that all the gods can really get on very well, but it's to find out which ones are compatible. Like, for instance, I have made reference that there were 2 gods who done our eyes. So they worked like twins. They were like twins, or they worked in pairs. It is like saying we have been given the method on our bodies as well, that the essence of harmony, the essence of partnership, to pay attention to relationship, the relationship aspect, the thing that gels us, the bonding. And those are the things, like even our nostrils are 2, our eyes are 2 circles, our ears are 2 circles. But we have the mouth, which is 1 circle, but it still has another function where we could say it has that division inside, because we have the tongue that goes up and down in there. That's the liver. Okay, which reminds me again, when we look at hair, this is, we could say that this is the tongue. I am talking about the liver. So 2 things that really take us to a destination is our tongue and our feet. And that's what I mean right here in Revelation. The word revelation is like says reveal. We need to get to this 6 hair. Okay. I'm going to perhaps have to do this in I'm just thinking whether I need to do this in 2 parts, because I'm talking about number 6. So we see how number 6 is really, and I was talking about number 6, and yes, I also need to show that we got into number 7 as well, more than, yeah. Let's go to 6. I want to do this in a way that it really makes sense to. So 6 also, of course, comes to 7, I believe. 1, 9, 6. So this is 15 and 1, 16. So this is how Mother Eve works. And that's why I am now needing to also be mindful that whenever, like, I'm going in flow like this, because I've asked for her guidance and assistance, and it is so. So we have been talking about 7. Now I'm going back to 6 where I began, and 6 is really 7. 1 plus 6, 1 is 7 here. When we do the numerical value here, so this is 10, this is 6, 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. So there we go. We have so basically this presentation is really covering 6 and 7 beautifully. And I have also shown how 6 is also 9. So that all the numbers are interrelated. There is harmony with the numbers. So basically we have seen 9, 11. We know how 9 and 11 works. So when we get to see the dynamics of how those numbers work, which I have to go back and watch those videos as well, because I have been amazed of what has been coming out. Because I'm doing this intuitively, it's not something I had worked out already and I'm thinking, oh, I need to do that. Yes, there are sometimes, like, I have loads of information that I think, oh, well, though that word comes like to 15, but when I'm working on 15, I am seeing the makeup and dynamic of 15, how it really functions. That's what is happening. Also, Mother Eve is telling me to remember that all what I am relating is being recorded in me, so I need not bother. Again, it's that we have to learn differently, remember. It's like being a member of that which is of whatever it is. So it's like I'm going to, it's just saying, okay, I will remember. Okay. remembering is becoming very, very important now. So I was talking about, I did say in part 1 of this introduction that Mother Eve is number 1 because she is the serpent. She is the 2 C's, meaning she's got the 2 eyes here. She's also the 2 U's, because this is, if you were to pack this S in half, you would see that she is number 2. Number 2 is of partnership and agreement and marriage and duality. So we have covered that. This is where bonding happens. This is the number 2, is so dynamic. That's where Christ was with his disciples, and we see that he recruited his disciples in 2s. We also see the that happened with Noah and the ark, or the flood of Noah, better well known, is that he was taking the animals in by 2s. They were meant to go into the ark by 2s and 7. Now 7, as I have showed, is that perhaps I haven't done it on this presentation. Oh, perhaps I did. No, I just showed Mother Eve in the middle. So 7. Okay, here we have Mother Eve, but Mother Eve is 5, meaning 14. We have done this, and then we have 1 here and 5. So we see that that is 10 plus 1 is 11. 11 is 2. So basically 2, when we hear, this is how the scriptures have been written so beautifully, and we see that so Noah was taking the animals in by 2s and 7. In actual fact, 2 and 7, this is where they say 7, 11 are really one and the same. It's the function of how it works out. So I feel, yes, we'll go on with this. So we have talked about 6. Basically, when we add these, so Fox TV have really done a very clever thing in that way, to have a TV called Fox TV, because it is like tapping into every aspect of humankind, in the sense of the three cycles of 666 that man is meant to do. Meaning when we add 1 plus 2 plus 3, that gives us 6. So we have 6 here. Then when we add 4 plus 5 is 9 plus 6 is 15. That gives us 6 here. We will have that 6 up here under the nose. That way we know. And then we add 7 plus 8 plus 9 is 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. Okay. Let's have it here on the side here. Okay. I'm trying to balance on here with Mother Eve's earring. Okay. So we have 3 6s here, and so these 3 6s, of course, 2 plus 3 6s are 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. That is 1 plus 8 is 9. It means that we have completed the 3 cycles that are required for us to really get to knowing ourselves, really getting to know who we are. And of course, going here to the nose, of course, where we eat of the fruit, which whatever fruits, however, all the things required to activate our pineal gland, for instance, or open our third eye, or our sixth sense. That's another thing that reminds me that our sixth sense is very much telling, which I had not mentioned in this video, I don't think, that we are of 6 I hope I have said it correctly. We are of 6 different entities in this 7 gods, of course, as of the 7 gods. So perhaps that is why there is a degree of sense of lack, of one always feeling that they haven't got it. This is just coming to me. So the sense of lack that we sometimes experience is the absence of what we think is missing, which is the invisible aspect of ourselves, like the seventh day of rest, when God created man, and the seventh day he rested from all the works that he had made. So basically there is always a sleeping or a quiet or a invisible element to us, and that is why, so we are of the six entities or persons or people, whatever experiment was done to create us. We are the makeup of six, and of those six is four in Genesis of chapter 1, I believe 1 or 2, and of course there is, so that was where the God who created made he, him, he made male, female, and then he made he, them. And then of course we have on the other further on we get the man and the woman, which would have been the original, we could say, of the aftermath of whatever genocide that we had come from, or whatever disaster that was. That's what it is. It's very much like today. There is a quiet, disastrous element happening, and now people are creating another God. It's that Sophia, they're going into that, let us make man in our own image and likeness, so they could have that ownership of that. There's that silent war going on. I don't know if it's so silent really. So that we are the seed of that product, but there we are given the choices of what gods that we are going to give our energies to, which ones we're going to slaughter. We probably have to slaughter some, I don't know, or keep them quiet in some corner or in the cupboard, something. Anyway, Mother Eve will guide us. So basically that's what I felt with that that 6 is very and with the O, of course, the O, which is very tight, it is that which is implicit. It is the O, it is not. So basically to be in that O, which is the middle of the word fox as well, is corresponding to, as we see, that 6 hair, which is O. It is corresponding to that 6, which is hair. It is in the middle part, the middle hair, the middle of the fox is the middle of the template. So basically, the fox is so wise, it has also made its mark in the middle hair. It's a new man. I'm thinking that, wow, it just reminds me of the end of the prayer when people say amen. And I'm looking at where the A is coming from. Oh, there it is. So I have made observation of the letter A, which is 2. I'm going to do another thing on, every time I do presentations, I say what I'm going to do, and there's so many things to do. So the letter A, let's do this, and just checking the time. So I can understand another slant. I have done about 2 presentations to amen, or 3, but it requires another one. So amen is really, now we get, when we write forms or we doing a contract, you are usually given something to say, click or indicate you are not a robot. Now that is done very, very cleverly. They are not saying to you, indicate that you are a human being. No, they have taken you out of the equation, putting your attention on the robot. I am just so wishing people get this. They have not left you, reminding you about what you are, but the attention is more of what you are not, in that sense. or what you are not being in that moment. So basically, it's that every time you are seeing the word robot, that is being downloaded in the subconscious mind. So that is another way that it is being done. It is being done so cleverly, but when we realize it, then it has no power. That's the thing why we need to know. We need to know. We are required to know. This is why the same Bible tells you knowledge is sweet. Okay, so that is the thing. And the word robot, of course, has its O, which is very tight in it, because the O is that which is unbroken. It is not. It is like the serpent when it's eating its tail, so to speak. It forms a whole circle. It is complete. It's showing its completeness. So back to 6, of course, and 6 is also 9. We see how the numbers are playing out very perfectly here. This template is not a joke. This template is divinely designed to really help us to maneuver from that in the world to becoming who we are. This is why we are going to say, when Mother Eve says, let us make man, then we are becoming that with the us, that new man. This is where we are. I hadn't really got it like that. I had just been thinking about, okay, when you're in Christ, you're a new creature. This is where they say you come here, and this Christ is number 5, and of course 5 is mouth, and of course you eat 8. All that equals 8, which is the mouth. And of course, we see how the mouth or the tongue is also balanced. The tongue is also 8, meaning 4 on either side. It is up, it is below, it is the green earth, it is the blue sky. So 4 plus 4 is 8. It's like saying 8, is giving you the opportunity to encapsulate all that you are, so you can really see everything. You become like one with everything. That's what 8 is about. Of course, you have to digest that. When you get that, it's like that, ow, ow. When you say ow, we hold it in, we take it in, we digest it, and of course it goes up to our nose bridge. Of the nose bridge, we see we get 6 here. That comes to 6 already, because you are mastering this part here. And then the bridge equals 9. The nostrils equals 9. So when we have the 2 nostrils and we do the numerical value, that equals 9. That takes you up to your pineal gland. The pineal gland, or pineal gland, like some people say, and is the 2 together equals 5. So again, the 5 is that which is in the middle of numbers 1 to 9. So here we see that we go through, it means that when you go through that Fox, F-O-X here, you are faced with doing your gypsy journey. The F is showing us which point or what is happening. It's like a fork. It's like that tool that you are taking. You are going, you are walking, you are doing your gypsy journey, and you are finding out that you are 7. When you are 7, like we have seen with Mother Eve, there is where the snake takes its head up, and it really goes like this. This is the 7. Oh, I can't, yeah, this is 7. And this is where one is being like, after on the 6th day or the 7th day, is thinking, oh, I have done all this, I am okay. Or you're looking like a fox would as well, and see, oh, am I safe here? What have I, or didn't I do well? All kinds of elements and emotions are mixed in there. But then something may just come and wallop you over the head, and then you are flat on the ground, or or there you become like an axe. You either chop the wood or the wood stays unchopped, but you have to chop the wood. That reminds me of Van Morrison, chop wood, light fire. Okay, that would be, fire is 11. So and of course looking at the 7 as an axe, 7-11. Okay, then we go to headquarters zone, and of course when you are in this new territory, because Gypsy Journey is really about a new territory, you are beginning, you are meeting with another W. This is another W you are met with here, because wherever we see free, free is the wave that propels you, that is igniting your attention to meeting the other aspect of yourself. Even in 7, this is where you may also have to fine-tune your plans, to say, okay, I'm on this journey, I'm going to have to let that go. I know I did let XYZ go before and put this in the charity shop and so on, but now, you know, I think I want to go on further. I have to go to headquarters zone, which is number 8, and when I get there, I want to be able to be fit enough, or to get there, and I won't be needing something else anymore, because once you have completed your journey, you probably don't need your boots anymore. You don't need your rod anymore. You probably don't need those things anymore, because you have to go to headquarters zone. There's another C here, which is part of that W, which is the free that you are facing here. This section here actually is a cold section. We can see it is ice, but Mother Eve is there at the end to receive you with being in the inland revenue. If it's like saying, it's all right that you had to get rid of your boots, don't worry about it, you won't be needing those anymore, or that you'll have another new supply, and then you go through the cycle again. So I hope you have enjoyed this. This is the an introduction to Crimey Queen's YouTube channel 2018. So I'll just put this as a second part to that introduction. And I just feel, and there's so much more on introduction, or introduction to numerology, yeah, or to actualizing self-full love. I have got quite a few on that. Now, just to let you know as well, this all derived through my own personal journey. Of course, I don't think I have but it's really my own personal journey has propelled me to and intuitively guided me onto this path. I am hoping that is you recognize it, there is the intuitive part of yourself that is getting you to stand by and click on this. Just ask divine, however you want to call. Now I even say Mother Eve, and because mothers have this unconditional love, and no matter how they may seem stern one minute or the other, but they are always forgiving. So just ask, what am I meant to be learning, doing, thinking, or having right now? And be open to acting on that. I hope you have enjoyed this. And of course, with number 5 and number 22, let's say 22, because smile. When we smile, our smiles go miles. I am also trying to remember to hang on to or hinge onto that, because I really believe in the power of smiles, and that is again through the Bible. Thank you for sharing and liking, and oh, my subscribers, I do thank you so much, because I do appreciate your support on this journey. No one person is an island, and you are my W. You must know this. Thank you.